Hello, community. Welcome to another episode of Hot Tips Bet, the best tips across Europe. I'm with my big daddy as usual. We are going to give you the best tips in the midweek this week. So, Big Daddy, welcome, Big Daddy. Hello, Big Daddy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us while we try to navigate this midweek. The German League is back. So we are also having the first midweek of the year from the German League as well. And then we try to compile it with the Premiership that is having their midweek alongside outstanding game from the Serie A. So let's get on the way with the show.
Okay, Big Daddy, which games do you have?
Basically, the midweek this week, I'm going with the first game with Brentford versus City. Well, we say we've seen the coming back of Manchester City, or what can we say? But they won their last game, and even though it was equally not as convenient as it should be, but it is a good step in the right direction. And when you look at what is actually going on in the City, is a team that they are capable with the players they have. You should expect them with everything in place. They should be coming back in at least for a top four. I'm not even taking them out of the final the Premiership title yet, because I know what can happen when City hit form, and as well as it also depends on other teams like Liverpool dropping points. So Liverpool are still a bit, even though they look okay, but slightly shaky. So my game this way, so I decided to go with City to win at 1.60, playing Brentford at home. I expect them to at least continue with the momentum. And so for me, it's City. I'll stick my neck for them this midweek.
I'm also on that game. I'm also choosing City, but it will be a tricky game because Brentford, they are very good at home. They've only lost one game at home this season. So Man City, the last game that they won also, we know that it was a bit tricky. It wasn't that we can still see they have this issue with the defense. That's why they bought a new defender this January transfer, the Kazakhstan guy. So still I think Man City is going to win, but I'm at 1.60 as you said. But if you want to play it safe, you can choose both teams to score, because I think Brentford will surely nick in one because they are very strong at home, and I'm not confident with Man City's defense. So, and if they want to get back to top four and challenge the title, like you said, they have to win away. They have to show that, okay, this is a new year, and they should gather the momentum, like you said. So I'm also on that game that Man City should win at 1.60.
Okay, so our next game is I'm on the next game, which is the Man U game versus Southampton. But even though Man U, I think part of the reason I'm on this game is because of how poor Southampton have been, and even getting a new coach, I don't think that will save them, because it's not all about the coach. And going to a Man U team, that the atmosphere now is a bit, will I say, not shaky, but a bit fair compared to the beating Arsenal, and at least in the Premiership also they were able to they were a bit able to hold their hands, and maybe some of the things are actually what the coach is implying are actually coming true. It is gradually picking up. I look at us, Man U will be too much for Southampton. So in this game, I decide to go for a Man U win, and then the Man U win is not a straight money line for me. It's not good, so I went with Man U to win. with at least 4.5 with 4.5 goals, with the odds of 1.78.
I saw that game, but I just left Man U. You know how they are. They will be hot in one weekend, and the following week they will be flat. Because I remember the game against Man City that everybody thought that, oh, they are back and this, that, and that. Then they played the next game and they lost how many games in a row. So I think with how they played against Arsenal, it might be a mirage that you think that, oh, they are back, then they will lose against. So what in that game? What I'm not on the game. So if I will play the game, I will have just go for the goal market. So maybe more than 2 goals or both of them to score or goals in both halves. So, but I'm not um betting on Man United this time around. I just if I should see that they won like 2 or 3 games consecutively, then I can think about being on their betting on them because against Arsenal, it might be just a mirage, like like they did against Man City also that they won Man City and they lost like 3 games in a row. They couldn't win or 4 games in a row. So I'm not on the game, but I'm on my game. I played Chelsea against Bournemouth. Chelsea, they are told me that they are playing away. I will have not chosen the game. But Chelsea at home, I think they play good at home, and the odds is not that bad at 1.50. But if you want to spice things up, you can put Chelsea to win and above 1 goal. So they have the power to if Palmer should turn on, and they should be able to win to win the game comfortably. So they have all what it takes to win the game at 1.50 Chelsea to win the game.
Yeah, I'm not on that game because I look at Chelsea. When was the last time they won any game? They've not won, so I'm not too. Something seems to be off with them. And then based on that, I decided not to go for this game. I look at it because again, in both months, they are very athletic. With that, they could equally give Chelsea a hard time if Palmer is not in his best strike for the day. Chelsea, we don't even know what's going to happen. If Palmer is not playing so good, nothing seems to be coming good. So I decided to leave the game alone. Instead, I went with the game with Arsenal versus Spurs. I like that one in sense that everybody is expecting, well, Arsenal, no striker. But defense-wise, midfield, they are capable of holding any teams. And this is a derby playing in Spurs. Usually the last derby, the last game that played, everybody is expecting because of the power fire between both teams. We are all expecting a goal galore. But at the end of the day, it ended up 1-0. So I'm looking at it at this derby as well. I think it's going to be a low-scoring derby as well, because I feel that Arsenal, because they are mindful that there will be no too much, their strikers, no Saka, no Jesus, so they're a bit short off from there. So they to be only relying on their normal method of scoring by set pieces. So based on that, I decided to just go. And Spurs, on the other hand, have no any other. They don't know how to play any game. We all expect them to attack and attack, but the last derby has shows that this kind of game can equally lead in a low-scoring game. So I went with less than 3.5 goals, with the odd of 1.75.
That's a good game. I'm not on the game. I'm not. Why? Because I think Arsenal, as you said, they are good defensively, and in the midfield, they know how to coordinate the midfield. So, but I was like, I don't know which Tottenham team will show up. If it will be the Tottenham team that played against Man City, they might counter Arsenal 1 or 2 times, and I just it's unpredictable. So, but what we know that will happen is that Arsenal will not score 2 goals. That's because they don't have the strikers. So, except if they use a set piece, Saliba, if the Salibas and defenders will use a set piece to score, then they might get 2 or 3 goals. But without the set piece, they can't score. And I noticed that other teams they are adapting with Arsenal's set piece. They are defending the set piece much better than the beginning of the season. So it's a very good game that Big Daddy chose today. That's less than 3.5. That's a good one, but I'm not on the game. So my last Premiership game today is Newcastle Wolves. Newcastle, they are very good at home. They've been solid at home. So I think and Wolves they are playing okay, but I don't see them giving Newcastle any trouble. So at 1.37, Newcastle should win. And if you want to spice things up, you can choose Newcastle to win and above 2.5 goals. So that will give you 1.8. But I just, as usual, I play it safe at Newcastle to win at 1.37.
Well, that is a good game. I like that because either way, in fact, the informed team in Premiership as of today will be not arguably will be Newcastle United. Talking of Newcastle, then you want to say Forest, and we come back Liverpool, but arguably will be this last month will be Newcastle. So I'm not on this game because I couldn't find where I would pull the trigger from. But what you actually selected Newcastle to win over with at least with 2 goals, it's good. But so I went with Forest versus Liverpool here. I feel Forest have been playing superb, but can they hold on to Liverpool? Man to man, Liverpool is a better team. And when we look at no matter the momentum in which Forest have, and it's not bad. It's not a bad thing if they lose to Liverpool, because I see them that, and it does not still stop their title, the top 4, the challenge for them to be the top 4. We losing a game will not stop any momentum. It's just that they're meeting one of the best team also in Europe, and so in this game, I decided to just go with Liverpool to win. I feel that if Liverpool are going to be they want to win this Premiership, they have to be able to beat teams like Forest. So Liverpool to win and scoring less than 4.5 goals. So which brings the odds to 2.12.
I saw the game, but I just decided to leave the game because the game is a bit tricky. But I think with the defense of Liverpool being a bit shaky for the past few games, I think both teams can score because Nottingham Forest, they are at home, so they might sneak in one, or maybe the game will end with 1-2, 1-3. So, but I'm also tilting to Liverpool's side because Liverpool, man to man, they are much more stronger than Nottingham Forest, and Liverpool, they are the best team, arguably the best team in Europe now. So that's a good odd from you, Peter. But I'm not on the game. So I went to my next games are German League and Italian League. So for the German League, I Frankfurt with Freiburg. And Frankfurt, they are much stronger than Freiburg, and they are like the fourth on the table. So they also want to push in for the Champions League, and they are playing much better. They are playing good at home. So at 1.72, they should win the game. Although it will be a bit difficult because Freiburg is also a good team. They are 7th on the table, so they are also like fighting for the Europa, trying for the Europa League, Europa qualification. So they will give Frankfurt a bit difficulties in the game, but I think Frankfurt should be able to win the game at least 2-0 or 1-0 or 2-1. It won't be a high scoring game. So I tilt on Frankfurt to win the game.
I'm also on this game, but I'm not thinking on Frankfurt. Even though I am tended to believe that Frankfurt should win the game, being that they are at home and they are already in the 4th position, as you rightly point out, chasing the Champions League slot. At the same time, Freiburg are also chasing the Europa slot, so it's an important game for both teams. Because of that, I didn't want to complicate because anything can happen in this game. And I look at it and I felt that at least to be on the safe side, I just simply went for both teams to score at 1.58. So I don't care who wins the game. So I simply play it safe.
Okay. My next game is Leverkusen Mainz. So I think Leverkusen they're back in form. I was also impressed how they played against Dortmund last game. So if they want to push Bayern Munich for the title, so they have to win the the games with them, like with the normal expected games for them to win. So it means they are an average team, and Leverkusen they have to continue the momentum to win the game. So I think they are going to win, although the odd is quite small, 1.35. So you can add, you can spice things up, you can tweak it as Leverkusen to win and more than one goal or more than two goals. So that is also a very good odd. So, but I'm betting that Leverkusen to win outright at 1.35.
That's good. I'm not on that game. I have because Leverkusen is expected to win the game, but Mainz on the other hand are not a pushover. They are better solid defensively than Dortmund. And so when I look at the game and I see it and I couldn't find value in it, that was why I decided to leave the game alone. So I went with to play with Kai versus Borussia Dortmund. Kai versus Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund losing to Leverkusen, they need a reaction, and this is one good team at least. This is so where they could get that reaction playing Kai. Key, but so for me, Liverpool and Dortmund to win, and I believe they will be too strong for them. So for me, Dortmund to win and both teams to score because of the leaky aspect of Dortmund defense. So I believe that both teams to score, but Dortmund will nick the game, and the odds is at 2.70. So
Yeah, I'm also on that game because the problem with this game is Dortmund are terrible away. They've won only just one game, or I think, maybe one game away this season. So I thought about the game so hard before I chose it. Like I think that Kel is like a second division team, so they should be able, no matter how terrible they are away, they should be able to get the results away with Kel. So, and also I have the feeling that they are going to consider they are going to consider away. Also, I think I think the game will end like maybe 1-3, 1-4. So that might be the game. So it's very, very good order for that 2 points. Is it 2.7 you said? Yeah, 2.7.
2.7.
Yeah, so 2.7. So Dortmund to win. My choice is like Dortmund to win outright at 1.55. That's my odd. But if I want to tweak it, I can choose like Dortmund to win and above 2.5 goals. So I think that will also be like around 2.0 odd. So that's a good odd also.
Okay. So my next game is in the Serie A. I went with the game with the Como, Mr. Fabregas versus Milan. Milan coming back from the celebration of their winning the cup, the Italian cup, and basically Como playing at home. I don't know what to say with Como. Como, they try, but they cannot get there. So they are able to at least I know Como will be able to lick the goal there to contribute to this, but Milan, I think Milan should be able to defeat Como if they want to remain in this title race, because it's still up there, it's still a bit tight. So I went with AC Milan to win. In fact, I went with both teams to score at 1.90 because Como always contribute, and as long as they are playing at home, I believe both of them could score. So I went with because you can't trust AC Milan to win outright as well. So I went with both to score at 1.90.
I saw the game also. I'm also the game. So it's very tricky. Como they play this attacking football like this old Barcelona game, like tap it, tapping in, tap it out. But I don't think they are going to relegate because they are playing just like an average team in the league. So they can, on a good day, they can give problems to any team in Serie A. Any team they can play against Napoli and win against Napoli. They can play with any game with any team and concede a lot of goals. So because they have the pattern of playing, but they don't have the players. So that's just it. So that's why I think that AC Milan should be able to win the game, but it won't be easy. It won't be easy for them. I think Como is going to score. The problem is if Como should score first, then AC Milan will have it very difficult to come back because they will hold more of the ball and it will be difficult for AC Milan to win the game. So I'm also on that game that Milan should win the game because they just won the cup in Saudi Arabia. So I think they should have the edge, the momentum also to win the game. And if they want to go for the Champions League or the title race, they have to win games like this. So I'm also on the game that Milan should win at 1.90.
Okay. So my last game for this midweek is the game between Atalanta and Juventus. Atalanta needs to bottle up. These are the team that we know they could score goals. We know they could attack. But now they have to be chasing Napoli. Napoli is now back on top of the table, and Inter Milan is around in that angle, second place. That's pushed Atlanta to third position. So they cannot afford to be losing any more game at the ground at this time. While Juventus, on the other hand, are not Juventus. I'm not too impressed with them because I don't even know what they are trying to achieve with their coach, Thiago Motta. I don't know what will come of him because I think if he's not careful, they need to start showing results. And the players there also are not living up to expectation. Well, for me, I choose on this game for Atlanta. I didn't want to just went with over 2.5 goals. I know Atlanta could score more. On a good day, they could score 3 goals playing at home. And if I believe Juventus will contribute to it, I think that they will now go on with at least we should be able to have over 2.5 goals. So plus 2.5 goals in the game with the odds of 2.12.
I'm not on that game, but Juventus, they've been playing draw. As in, I don't know how many draws they've played this season. When I see Juventus fixtures, what comes to my mind is draw. 1-1, 0-0, 2-2, 1-1. So I don't, maybe they can't finish the game, or they always concede, or they have issues with the striker. So they play mostly draw. So when I saw the game, I was like thinking like, oh, this game will end up in a draw. Although I know that Atlanta are playing at home and Atlanta have the capacity or capability to win the game because they have to chase Napoli from if they want to compete for the World Cup, the league title. So I know Atlanta have the powerhouse to win Juventus. But from what I see, and the last game of Atlanta also, that they draw 0-0, I think the game might end with draw and maybe like 2-2 or 1-1. So I just left the game. So my own last game is Inter Milan and Bologna. I know that Bologna is a tricky game. It's because how they play the game. On a good day, they know how to play with the top teams in Serie A. So they usually give them problems. But I think Inter Milan will win the game because they have to compete for the league. And if they don't win this game, they know that Atlanta, Juventus, all the other teams is very, very close race in Serie A. So each point, each game is very, very important, and they will have that at the back of their mind that okay, they are playing at home, they are playing at home, and they have to win the game. So Inter Milan to win the game at 1.50. That's my last game.
That's the good one. Inter Milan are a well-drilled machine. Bologna, on the other hand, are not bad at all. The only problem Bologna have is they are shuffling to competition, which they are not used to. Have the players to do that. And normally, they've not been performing. It's just of recently when the Champions League has gone on break. So we have now seen them lift their spirit lifted. They are able to concentrate more in Serie A. So Inter Milan may nick it, but Bologna will give them something to write home about. So thank you, viewers. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and please also don't forget to show us what your tips so that we can all grow together. So see you while we have another video on Thursday for the weekend shows. So please, until then, bye.
Bye, community. Thanks for joining us. See you on Thursday for the weekend prediction. Have a nice day. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye.